Hi folks and welcome to today's video, my top 5 core exercises for herniated disc recovery. Now, if you're out there suffering from herniated discs, bulging discs, sciatica nerve pain, stenosis, general lower back pain disorders, then hit that subscribe button, okay? I do create a lot of great content for those folks out there suffering with those issues, and I make a lot of great content to get you back on the road to recovery. So, without further ado, let's get into today's video. Alright folks, so today's video is my top 5 core exercises for herniated disc recovery. Now, why is core strength very important? Okay, core strength, we're encompassing here the core when we talk about abdominals. You've got your frontal abdominals here, we've got obliques, we've got our lower back region, even the glutes come into some core stability work. So we're trying to work that area to help stabilize your spine. If your spine is stable, okay, when you move, when you go to do different daily tasks, the muscles can support the spine, the stress is going onto the muscles, and it's not going onto the injured discs, tissues, nerves, etc. All right, so having a strong core is important when you're recovering from herniated discs, bulging discs, etc. If you maybe suffer from stenosis, it's also good to keep that core nice and strong, but it's also to some degree preventative as well. If you've got a nice strong core, when you lift heavy objects, you're going to be a nice strong support network you're going to provide for your spine when you lift heavy objects. So people often say, Colin, what did you do? What was the best exercise you found? So I've got a mixture here today in this top 5. A lot of people will say to me, look, Colin, I can't do that exercise because I've got a knee replacement. It's really tough for my knees to get down and on and off the floor. So all these exercises can be done standing, or at least on a couch or even on a bed, okay? Yes, you can do them on the floor, some of them, but I found that working with different clients over the years that it is possible to do many of these exercises that give you good core stability, strength work from a standing or half standing on a bed, couch position, okay? So number 1 of the 5 is going to be a standing bracing bridge maneuver. And I'll give you 2 different levels for this. Now I'm going to show you front and side. So this could be breakfast bar, back of a chair, back of the couch. You know what I mean? For me, it's about sort of just below my navel, okay, a bit higher than my waist, yeah? Now, I put my hands outside my shoulders. I come back here, something on my toes. Now, I don't want to be sticking my butt backwards. I don't let my bum sag forward. I want to be in a nice neutral position. Feet are about shoulder width, a little bit wider apart, and I just brace here. So I've got a nice straight line from my ankles all the way through my knees, hips, shoulders, and I hold that position. This is a very basic standing plank position. Now I can make that a lot harder. Okay, so this is our starting position. I'm going to show you from just off to the side here so you can see. I'm actually going to move the hands. So if I'm here like this, I'm going to go middle, middle, okay, middle, middle, outside, outside, middle, middle, outside, outside. And I'll show you from the front as well. So you can see my hands here, okay. They're going to go towards you guys. Middle, middle, outside, outside. Now what I'm trying to do in that position, okay, is as soon as I lift one of my hands off, I'm then on 3 points. I'm on my 2 legs and my one hand. Obviously I want to try to shift my weight over, but you're not going to try to, you're going to try to keep yourself nice and central, brace that core, okay? So it's middle, middle, outside, outside. And I'm not dropping my shoulders, I'm not dropping through my waist. I'm going to show you from the side here again, so you can see properly. So they're nice and wide, neutral spine, middle, middle, outside, outside, middle, middle, outside, outside. And I have to forcibly contract my abdominals, okay, to stop me from falling over to one side or to falling through the middle. So it's very, very effective, and you can do it standing. Yeah, as soon as you get down to the floor, it's good for people with bad knees, if you had your knee replaced, meniscus injuries, ligament injuries, etc. You can do this safely standing. And I would say in the beginning, just start with standing in this position. You want to work up to 60 seconds, okay? You can do 60 seconds comfortably, then start working on the middle, middle, outside, outside. And I would go each movement, make 1 repetition, okay? Try to aim for 20 to 30 repetitions minimum. So it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm saying 20 to 30. If you can get to 10 for a start, that's great. Take 30 seconds, a minute rest, then repeat, okay? So that's top exercise number 1, standing, bracing, planking. Then number 2, we're going to use this box here underneath. I'm sure you've heard bird dog exercise. It's one of the most used exercises when it comes to back rehabilitation. Quite often though, a lot of people, they go straight into the full bird dog, which is arms and legs, and it can be too much for them, okay? I found over the years that you can start people with the arms just, I'll show you the one I use in a second, but I found a lot of results just using the legs first, okay? So, for the bird dog, this could be firm bed preferably, couch, it could be the floor, okay? So we're going to get on here like so, and again I'll show you front and back, okay, sides as well. Now, my knees, a little bit wider than hips, okay, especially important for the beginners. Hands, a little bit wider than my shoulders, okay. Now obviously I'm using this box here, so I need to make sure I don't fall off, right? This is the right height for me. Spine is not excessively arched, not rounded, somewhere in neutral, okay. Now the move is going to be, I'm going to take one leg, and I'm going to push it back. Like my heel is going away, like away from me. Hold that position, hold, squeeze my glute, my lower back working, I bring it back in, touch the ground lightly, and extend it out again. Okay, bring it back in, and extend it out. Hold, 1, 2, bring it back in. We'll do one more. Here, hold for a second, and bring it back in. Then I would take a few seconds, sort of shake things off a little bit. Then I would change sides. Hold for a second or two and bring it back in. So that you're being, of course, I don't rock side to side, I don't go excessively arched, I don't round. I want to brace and hold. When I'm saying brace, you imagine you're trying to like, somebody's going to push you or punch you and you fixate your abdominals, your core here, so you cannot move, okay? So I'm fixating myself, and I'll show you just from the different angles in a second. Spine is nice and neutral. I extend the leg back. Okay, like I'm pushing my heel away from me. Squeeze that glute, hold. I bring it back in. Brace, brace, brace. Push, hold. Back in. It's 3. Push, hold. 1, 2. One more. Bring it back in. Hold. Now, it's very important that you don't, when one leg comes off, you don't rock over to the side, okay? I'll just show you from the front so you can see my widths here. So my feet, my knees, just outside hip width, okay? If they're too narrow, you're gonna have a much more unstable base of support. You're gonna be deviating to the side, okay? You wanna make sure the knees are a little bit wider than hips. I prefer that. Hands roughly in shoulders, okay? And I'll just show you slightly at an angle here. Right here. So we're here, and as it goes, I go out, and I'm trying to push it. I'm not pushing it up to the ground. I'm sorry, up to the ceiling. A lot of people kick up to the ceiling. It's not going to the ground. You imagine it's going straight back. Okay? And again, I'm not rocking over to the side. I'm not letting one side fall down. Here, I push back. Hold 1, 2. Bring it back in. When you bring it back in, you really fix that core nice and tight. Bring it back and push it out again. Squeeze and hold. Bring it back in. So I would go 4 repetitions each side. Hold for 2 seconds at the end. Bring it back in. Now when you switch legs, it's okay to come off your arms, shake them off a little bit, maybe a little shift side to side just to loosen up the tissue, and then you can start with the other side, okay? It's always to your individual maximum. You want to make sure that you're strong, stable, okay? You know, as I said, you can take the pressure off your wrists, shake them off a little bit, and then do the next repetition, sorry, the next set on the other side, okay? 4 reps is fine to start with a 2-second hold. You do both sides, take 30 seconds, a minute rest, repeat that once or twice more, okay? So that's 2 out of 5 done. We're going to do 3 more now. I'm going to be doing a standing 1-arm press, heel tap, and hip extension, one leg bridge, okay? That's to come in just a second. All right, team, so I've just brought us down to the ground level a little bit, just a quick adjustment to the camera. Heel tap. Now, I took myself off of the plyo box there. This could be done on the bed, it could be done on a raised surface, couch, okay? Just because the size of my torso and the plyo box, I would be falling off the side of it, so I'm showing this on the floor, but it can be done on another surface, okay? Now, the heel tap is essentially, we're gonna be down on here. Again, I'll show you just from the side, from a slight angle as well, of course, to make it easier on camera. So, this is a very beginning variation of what's called the dead bug. You may have heard that exercise. So we're going to be here, and we wanted to basically bring one knee and two knees up. Now, when you bring the legs up, you'll feel the lower back start to flatten onto the ground, okay? And you can use one hand, put it there, and it's going to be tough to get in, right? Because you're going to, obviously the lower back is squashed on the floor. So if you just rock over to the side, put a couple of fingers there, rock back, and you'll feel a lot of pressure on the lower back on your hand. Now our idea is going to be, going to bring our knees to about 90 degrees at the knees. We're going to come down with one leg, touch the heel to the ground, and bring it up. Bring the other one down, touch the heel, bring it up. But what I want to happen is for the pressure to stay on my fingers, your lower back pulled into the floor. If I just go down my arm and don't pull it in, I'm going to feel space get created, okay? I want to basically brace my abs, so like I want to get them really, really tight as one leg goes down. Keep that pressure on. Don't let the lower back pop off the floor. And come up, touch, and come up, touch. So it's what we call heel taps. Come up, maintaining that tension of the abdominals all the time. When the leg goes to the floor, increase the tension. That will keep the lower back pulled onto the floor. And you want to go for between 10 and 16 in total taps, okay? Nice and controlled, as you can see, nice controlled pace. Brace, keep the abs tight. And when you're done, just let the knees bend, bring your feet down. A couple of big belly breaths where you breathe in through the mouth and nose, expand your stomach, and breathe out. Take 30 seconds, 60 seconds rest, and then repeat again. So the knees come up, ankles up, 90 degrees at the knees here, and it's heel gently down and up. And all the time, pulling that lower back into the floor, okay? Do your 16, 20 reps in total, and relax down. Now, that can be done on the bed, on a couch, or it can be done on the floor. Okay, very effective exercise to really get that core working, to engage your core, to sort of stimulate your core, how to be activated whilst moving. Now the next exercise works a little bit more on the lower back and glute region, core as a whole, and it's our basic hip extension with a one leg extension. So what's going to happen, we're here on the floor, we're going to squeeze our glutes, lift our hips using our glutes up to the ceiling, and then I want you put your palms down flat on the floor for support, to extend one leg, hold for 1, 2, bring it back, place it down. Extend one leg, hold for 2 seconds, bring it back, place it down. Extend out, 1, 2, bring it back, place it down. Extend, and we'll talk this through in a second, bring it back, and then relax down. Okay? Now, this is a very good exercise for the glutes, lower back, even part of your hamstrings. So what's happening here, I'm basically squeezing my glutes, lifting my hips up. Okay, so now I'm going to stabilize my hips. At the same time as this is going on, I want you to carefully extend one leg. Now, as I extend the leg, I don't drop the hips down. I keep this right glute in this position. My left leg is straight. Right glute squeezes really hard. Hold it for a count of 2. Bring it back. Place the leg down. I keep the glutes up, okay? Then I extend the right leg. This time the left glute's working really, really hard. Lower back is working as well. Bring it back and place it down. You'll need to do 4 on each side, okay? Bring the glutes down. Take a good 30 seconds, a minute rest. Then you come up again. Palms down for support.
One leg out, 1, 2, and bring it back. Reset, other leg goes out, 1, 2, and bring it back. Other leg goes out, extend, 1, 2, bring it back. Other side goes out, 1, 2, bring it back. 2 more each side, and then relax down. 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and repeat. Now it is quite a tricky exercise, okay, but it is very effective at strengthening the glutes, okay, without putting excess stress on your back, stabilizing your spine as well. Now that's all well and good, these exercises. There is some dynamic movement to it, but I found again, through working with lots of people over the years, that stabilizing the core whilst doing dynamic movements has a lot of passover to daily life, which is fantastic for folks who are coming back from herniated discs, bulging discs, etc., and who want to become active again. So my last exercise is actually a standing dynamic core movement, which I'll show you in just a second. All right, folks, so last exercise, number 5 here of the core work for helping out folks with herniated discs, bulging discs. It's another standing exercise and actually using a band. Now, yes, I know does require you to purchase a band, okay? A lot of these things you can do for free, but I found a lot of good results with this particular exercise. I've given it to lots of many clients, patients over the years, and I want to show it for you guys today. One of my main sort of beliefs in my methodology, the methodology that I choose to use, is the transfer across to daily life from doing your activities. If you're an active person prior to your injury, tennis, golf, playing with the kids, skiing, whatever it could be, you want exercises during your recovery period that are going to simulate that activity, okay? And are going to allow for your body to stabilize you when you're doing dynamic movements, okay? So you've got this transfer across specificity of the exercise you're doing into the activity you want to do. And it's one of the things I emphasize a lot during my course, actually. I've got a course that I run. It's a 21-day low back pain recovery course. It's going to pop up down below here. You can go to www.bashbackpain.com/course, check it out. It's a program designed to bring you back out of pain. It could be chronic pain, sciatica pain, low back pain, to reduce that significantly over the course of 21 days to put you back on the road to recovery. I do a lot of focus on different strengthening exercises, decompression work, etc. And the thing about the exercise is I really like to emphasize dynamic movement whilst doing some of my core work. So this one, what you need, and I'll explain as we go, is we've got a rubber band here tied to some immovable object. It's a fire door. This is my left hand here. Right leg is forward. I've got the band just around about chest height, and I just press. It's a chest press. But the band itself is trying to pull me back, okay? If I put tension in the band, if I let the band go from here, it's going to pull me back. It's going to sort of rotate me around. I have to engage the abs to keep my spine nice and straight here, and I push. When I push, I'm going to engage more on my left side here. I'm going to actually have to stabilize my core whilst doing a dynamic movement, all right? Now, again, the good thing about band is I can step back a little bit. I can make it easier. I can start with a super easy level. When I feel more comfortable, getting a bit stronger, I take half a step forward. Okay, I can make it more difficult. And you would look to do between 10 to 15 repetitions on each side. Then you change sides. Okay. Always start with if you're right-handed, start with your non-dominant side, your left side first, do your 10 to 15, and then go to the right side, the dominant side. So right hand, left leg forward, I push. And when I'm pushing here, I'm not pushing out to the side, I'm not pushing way over in front. I'm coming around and then into my middle of my chest region. Okay. Keep the elbow a little bit lower than shoulder, so not up here, a little bit lower than your shoulder. Nice strong posture. You can put your hands here to feel the abdominals work as you push. And again, it's like a 1, 2, pushing out, 1, 2, 3, bringing it back, 1, 2, push it out, 1, 2, 3, bring it back. I find a lot of good results with this exercise because it's actually stabilizing your core in a standing position during a dynamic movement. And from this, you can progress this on to things called landmines, throwing, etc., etc. It really brings people back, and it makes you feel like you're actually doing some work, okay, during your rehabilitation, instead of just standing on a bossu, balancing, etc. This has got some sort of methodology, rationale, specificity behind it. All right, okay, guys, listen.
those are some of my top 5 core exercises for folks recovering from herniated bulging discs. Please let me know how you get on down in the comment section. Questions, whatever. You don't want to publicly air your question, you can hit me up with an email. It's also down in the description for you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and of course subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.